Hey guys, today we are making a super heartwarming and comforting dish called Sundubu Jjigae, which uses silken tofu. So for this dish, we'll need Korean red chili pepper flakes, gochugaru. We're gonna need dried anchovy. We're gonna need dried kelp. We're gonna need some kimchi, garlic, spring onion, silken tofu, of course, 1 egg optional, onion, and gochujang. Okay, so first up, you've got to make the stock, and this forms the base of the dish. And for this, you need some dried anchovies. This is about 30-ish grams, and some dried kelp or seaweed, and this is about 8 grams. And for that, we'll start off with about 700 mils of water. And now we can add the dried anchovies and the dried kelp. Now with the kelp, you can let the kelp soak overnight to really extract all the flavor, but it's not necessary. You can do it this way and it'll come out just fine. And you want to let this go for about 20 minutes on just a simmer. So while that's going, let's prep the veggies. For this, we'll need spring onion, the whites and the greens. The whites will be frying up, and then the greens we'll use as a garnish. Cool. Whites. Like that. And that'll look really nice just on top. And now for some garlic. Crushed. Cool. Nice rough chop on the garlic. And now an onion. Cool, so it's been about 20-ish minutes, and now the stock has taken on quite a nice color from the seaweed and the anchovies, and we will now strain it. Ooh. Now we're going to saute up the vegetables. We'll first start off with a bit of oil. About a couple teaspoons, and then we'll let that come up to temperature really quickly. So once the oil comes to temp, that's when you can add the onions first. And you want to get that just translucent, not fried, not caramelized, just translucent. And with the garlic, be careful not to burn this, because garlic does burn quite easily. And this will probably be for about another minute. Now in with the kimchi. And this you can probably go for about 2-3 minutes. Just constantly stirring, sauteing. Okay, and at this point, now that everything's sort of nice and melded and fried, we can go in with the stock. Whoa, a bit of a mess. And that was about 350-400 mils. Just a little bit, half a teaspoon of red pepper paste or gochujang. Stir that in. And then about a teaspoon of red pepper flake or gochugaru. And at this point is where we now come in with the tofu. Whoa. Cool, and we're gonna let that simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes. Oh yeah, that could do with just a little bit of soy. But that's just like really good, nice and fishy. Sesame oil, just a drizzle. And at this point, once it's getting towards the end of cooking, you want to add in 1 egg. Oh, there we go. And we'll give that egg maybe about a couple of seconds to really warm through. You don't have to cook it. You can cook it to however you like. I generally tend to leave it a little bit raw for this dish. Cool, and this is the finished product. Oh, there we go, cool. Some spring onions on top. Not too many. And there you have it. That is soft tofu stew or sundubu jjigae. I'm no expert by any means, so this is just my rendition, but I'm sure it'll taste nice. Oh yeah, dude. That is actually really good. Yeah, so you really get a lot of you get a really nice, strong, savory fishy note through the anchovy and the kelp. Obviously, for vegetarian, you can't have anchovy, or for whatever reason you can't have anchovy, you can just have the kelp. You won't have that same sort of fishiness, that desirable fishy flavor that you'd get from the anchovies, but it still would be within the right range in terms of flavor. It still tastes good. And of course, the tofu, the star of the show, of course. That's still really hot, but it's really hot. But it's still just, the texture of the tofu, the softness, the silkiness, with this really nice, hearty, warm stew goes so well. Especially on a day like today, where it's really cold. I think it was about 16 degrees today. Super cold. There's nothing I think would go better than something like this. Cool, so for the recipe, click on the link below and head on down to our website to check it out. And next time you're looking to make sundubu jjigae, don't forget, best tofu in the world, Evergreen silken tofu. Thanks.